I'll pick that up, but ultimately in healthcare, it's like any other business, time is money. So we've got to be able to do these types of activities and work with the patients, and something that can be time consuming. And, obviously it's the right thing to do for the patients. And so I'm not trying to say for a second that this shouldn't be done. It's more of a matter of, to the same point that John and I were talking about, it is who's going to get that actually done for the patient and with the patient. So working out the economics of how this works, there's Medicare reimbursement codes for advanced care planning. However, again, it goes back to there's only so many hours in a day for a provider. How do you address this as an organization? Absolutely, we're still stuck in this episodic care world. And I'm a family physician, and I've done, post-acute care work and medical director work for over 15 years. I've done hospitalist work for over 10. And we don't do a good job of proactively managing our patients across that care continuum and all the different venues of care and the providers. So that whole piece I started with in terms of how we communicate across the providers. But ultimately, as we've gone through some payment reform and accountable care organizations, as we start to look at more and more bundled payments, as we start to look at post-acute care and how acute care are valuing the referrals from the care providers within the community. So being a good trading partner and performing these types of activities, number one, in terms of your referral, but also in terms of your bottom line, in keeping the beds full and getting patients back to your facility, potentially after an admission or readmission for whatever particular reason. So at the end of the day, it's really critical that we take a step back and look at the bigger picture, because ultimately when you're drilling in and you look at some of the time invested in creating these things, it's the right thing to do for the patients, but we have to take a step back and say, okay, how does this best position our organization as a post-acute care, long-term care provider source to be good trading partners, to fill some of those gaps that absolutely post-acute care is intended to fill.